Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here everybody. We're going to tap right in and see what storyline spirit would like to share with us. The time is 5:45 p.m. on March 25th, 2025. Collective energy, please. Spirit, collective energy. Do you have an update for the collective, please, on what's going on in the world? For the collective, collective energy, please. Spirit, collective energy. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. All right. And the central energy. Well, this kind of came out like that. So I'm going to say that it's upside down. We got an Ace of Cups upside down. So somebody's got an emotional loss. Somebody's repressing their emotions. Somebody's feeling empty. There's no love. In the challenge position, we've got the Knight of Swords rushing forward, trying to defend their beliefs. In the subconscious, we've got the Five of Swords, abusive relationships, theft, conflict in the recent past. In the recent past, we've got the Moon, so there could have been some things hidden. Somebody might be having premonitions, dreams, intentions and expectations, more conflict. In the near future. In the near future, we've got strength in the reverse. So somebody doesn't have the courage to move through something. They're in raw emotion. They're feeling weak. They could be having low energy. The lens it's being looked through is the Queen of Cups, caring, intuitive, nurturing, compassionate. In the environment, we've got the Chariot, victory, forward movement, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. We've got the Emperor here, dominator, tyrant. And the outcome spirit is a victory. The Hierophant. Victory for the Hierophant. Victory for the Hierophant. In the upright. Collective energy, please. Spirit, collective energy. What storyline would you like to share with this deck? Spirit. Thus far, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Somebody is having some problems with their love. They're having anxiety. There's no love in them. They've got repressed emotions. Their challenge is to defend their belief system. What they've built is crumbling. That is challenging them. In the subconscious, we've got the Five of Swords. So there's conflict, winning at all costs, looking for an escape. In the recent past, we've got the Moon card. Things were hidden. Somebody's having fear and anxiety. They're feeling like they're in this alone. Intentions, expectations. We've got territorial conflict, debates in a competition, lots of tension. grieving. So there's grieving. It did not work out the way you'd imagined. The fighting did not work out the way they had imagined. They're grieving. We've got strength in the reverse. So they don't have any courage. They're struggling with their pride. They may be in raw emotion. And we've got facing it in the reverse. They don't want to face it. They're not, they don't want to face the truth of it. Queen of Cups, compassionate and caring. Nurturer. Whoa. Okay. And we've got a long road here. So this says you have a long way to go before you find what you want, and it's in the reverse. So the Queen of Cups, compassionate and stable, does not have a long road before she finds what she wants in the environment. We've got the Chariot here. So there is a victory and forward movement. And broken. They didn't keep all their promises, so you're moving on. You've got a victory over that. They didn't keep any of the promises that they made. They broke your heart, but not your spirit. Hopes and fears. We've got the Emperor here, in the reverse, dominator, tyrant, behaving recklessly. They didn't keep any of their promises, so you're leaving. Rabbit hole. So the dominator tyrant is in a rabbit hole. They're in some crazy drama, and they're up for some wild adventures. You've got a victory here, Hierophant. Could be the Most High, could be, the one who says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and the need for vengeance is in the history, and there is a victory for this Hierophant. Things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. Distant. Somebody is very far away. Those who are guilty will be moving very far away from you. They got caught up in the whirlwind and tangled up in the web of their own game. Alrighty. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What storyline we sharing with the collective, please? So the Ace of Cups, there is no love here, and they're having anxiety because they're getting what they gave. They're getting reciprocity. So whatever they put out is what they're getting back, and they're having some anxiety about it because they don't know what you're going to do next. They're here trying to defend their beliefs and they're challenged also because what they've built is falling apart. Destiny. Their destiny is crumbling. Everything they built is falling apart. Destiny, struggling to find the right path. We've got theft and abuse. They used love as an emotional escape, and now they're getting it back. See? They used love as an escape. They don't have any love in them, but they built something on other people's love, hijacking their destinies, and now they're looking for an escape. Winning at all costs. They betrayed love. Look guilty. And feeling the pain from the damage they've caused. We've got fear and anxiety in the recent past, and we've got alone. They're feeling like they're in this alone. Like all of those people that they stole the destiny of. Unsatisfied. They weren't happy with the way things were going, so they decided to go screw people over for profit. We've got the Five of Wands here. conflict and competition. They are grieving that it did not work out the way they had imagined. They sabotaged themselves and every good thing that ever came their way. They're not going to get a soul tie. No more soul ties for this one, because they have brutalized love. They don't have any courage here. They don't want to face the truth of it. And we've got, they're irresponsible. They're not responsible. Queen of Cups she's not on a long road. Her road is very short now. She's got the Chariot right here, and we've got forgiveness. Still struggling to get over the past. In her Chariot, she's gained a victory over those who did not keep their promises. Yep, in the shadows. So we've got broken promises. There is a victory over those who did not keep their promises. They are in the shadow here. We've got the Dominator Tyrant. Yep, they're in a rabbit hole. So this shadow dweller who didn't keep the promises of their promises that broke your heart, playing in the shadows with you. They're in this freaking rabbit hole of crazy drama. And there's no peace. Reckless Dominator Tyrant. Control freak. And there's no reunion. They're in the shadow. You've got a victory here, Hierophant, and everything you no longer need is falling away to make room for the love you deserve. Understanding. There is an understanding of what has been going on here. We've got those who are egotistical and prideful, had no appreciation whatsoever for the beauty that this Queen of Cups brought to the table. They're confused about some secrets. They've been found unworthy and have missed their opportunity, and they feel overwhelmed and stressed out because there has been a connection mended. They don't know what to do about all of the mistakes that they made, brutalizing and damaging soul contracts. They're in regret about the lies that they told. They're trying to push this energy off into the collective mental field. It is very, very awful. I had to go sit out by the lake under the trees after work because it was a real bad mind F. You know what I'm saying? It was all this stuff. They were trying to push in on the mental body. You may be feeling it yourself. Try not to claim it. Try not to claim it. It is these ones, they're looking for an escape. They need you to care. They use love as an escape, and they're trying to get somebody to care about it, or they're just trying to push the mental anguish off on others so that they can then process that, wrap it up in their emotions, and claim it as their own energetic ball of, crap. Yep, prideful. So there's no love in these ones. They're having anxiety because they don't know what you're going to do next. They're receiving reciprocity. What they gave is what they're getting. And we've got strategy in the reverse. Their strategy did not work out. Their strategy failed. It could be that they're no longer able to, this says on the bottom of that card, it says mind reading. Can you see that? So it could be that their strategy failed, or it could just be that they're not able to solicit any kind of power out of the magnetics of your own thought processes. In the challenge position, we've got the Knight of Swords. They're trying desperately to defend their beliefs. Everything that they have built is falling apart, and their destiny, they're struggling to find the right path. So they're looking for a destiny, and we've got live and learn. And maybe their destiny is going to be one of live and learn. It's time for them to learn a lesson about love, about using it as an escape route, about betraying and lying about this kind of stuff, you know? Whatever. In the subconscious, you've got the Five of Swords. It's theft, abusive relationships, escape. They want to escape. They've been using love as an emotional escape, and yes, they've been found guilty, and they're feeling pain from the damage that they have caused to eternal love. Many people didn't make it that should be here right now. So there is the moon here. We've got anxiety, fear. They feel like they're all alone. They were unsatisfied with the way things were going, and they wanted your adventure. Expectations is tension, territorial conflict. They're grieving that it did not work out the way that they had thought it would. They sabotage themselves, and they'd get no soul tie. You know, this Hierophant here is not happy about what this individual or individuals were doing with this contract here. They're sick about it. They could be sick. They sabotage themselves. There's no soul tie. Now they're weak. They're weak. The Strength card is in the reverse. There's no more soul tie. So they've been cut off from this Queen of Cups. She's got a victory, and she's in her chariot. Or there's forward movement. You're moving away. Like there's not a long road, not a long way to go. There's forgiveness here. And you're struggling to get over the past. It's like, damn, man. Dudes are just ruthless and brutal, man. You know, I mean, they come up here and say, oh, I love you, we're going to be together forever. And then it's like, they put this dream in your head just so that they can start sticking you with knives. The Strength card is in the reverse. Low energy, raw emotion. They're struggling. They don't want to face the truth. They are irresponsible, and they cursed. They might have cursed families, or they curse their own damn family. They might have tried to curse this eternal love of the Hierophant. They tried to curse the eternal love of this Hierophant. Or they did. Or maybe they're cursed now because of what they did to try to stop this family from coming together. Queen of Cups, compassionate, nurturing, caring. There's not a long way to go yet. There you got forgiveness here, and you're struggling to get over the past. It's like, man, come on. It's like a daydream or an illusion. It could just be, you know, maybe you have optimism. You might be thinking about what your future is going to hold. You're still dealing with these people trying to curse you. I mean, it is what it is. The Chariot's here, so there's forward movement. You're very determined against those that did not keep their promises. They're dwelling in the shadows. Look, a dominator, a dictatorship, shadowy dictatorship. You've got a victory. The Emperor reverse, dominator, tyrant, got called in for some crazy drama in that rabbit hole. There's no reunion here with peace. So they're not going to be reunited with a peaceful state. Like they're going to be experiencing some chaos here, because there is victory here for the Hierophant, and everything that he no longer needs are falling away to make love for, or room for the love that he deserves. There's an understanding here of both sides of the story. He's done his research. He's fully aware of what's been going on. And we've got stress here. There's an understanding of the stress that they've been putting you under. They see he or she sees your side of the story and why you're so stressed out. And there's triumph here. Okay? You have triumphed over this trap. You have victory over the tricks. You have victory over the tricks. You are okay. You're a sweetheart, and you have alliances here, and you've reached your goals. Alrighty then. This is freaking over. There's death. And those who did magic on you and on your family and on your union are wanting to apologize now. But your family is like, you know what? We don't want to freaking hear it. They're getting rejected. It's like they're going through withdrawals, you know? They're freaking addicted to this love energy. So you got promise of a reward. You're gonna get reimbursed for all this. And we got some folks here that are messed up in the head right now. And though you or others, macro, take it as it resonates, who love themselves, they are a blessing and they will receive a blessing. Get ready for friendship and union. Okay, so those who were fighting you for the gift, for your family, for the gift that belongs to your child, they're going to be sick and lonely. You know, because you are high value and very skilled. You're needed here. You know, you've got this beautiful energy, and those ones, they thought it was a great idea to cause you a nightmare, to try to steal your fate. But you have a vow here. You have vowed, you've got inner peace here, and you've got a vow with spirit. Yeah, those who are working against you, those who are bullying you, they're overloaded and overwhelmed right now. Yeah, and they're suffering losses. It's time for them to go experience loss. So because of the memory of trying to separate you from your kingdom spouse, or separate this Hierophant from whatever it is he has going on here. Okay. So we've got somebody here who has no love. They're having anxiety because they don't know what you're going to do next. They're receiving what they gave. The mind reading isn't working. The strategy failed. And we've got fly, a period of ill health and depression. But it came out in the reverse. Their strategy failed. They weren't able to cause you a sickness. Fly on the wall. Knight of Swords. So they're trying to defend their beliefs. Everything they built is crumbling. They've got a destiny here where they're going to be going and getting some lessons. They've got a mountain of challenges to overcome. They were trying to win at all costs. Love as an emotional escape. They're guilty of moving against or causing pain to somebody in this union here, to the Hierophant's eternal love, or to, you know, the Queen of Cups eternal love. Take it as it resonates. Soulmates. Soulmates. It could just be soulmates, you know? And we've got haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. We've got the reciprocity up here as well. So, yep, they're guilty of causing pain to this union, or to this eternal love situation, and they are going to reap what they have sown. They've got the Moon card in the recent past. It's anxiety. They feel like they're in it alone. They were unsatisfied with what was happening and they tried to steal your adventure. We've got wishbone. A wish is granted, but it came out in the reverse. So they did not get their wish. There is a 5 of Wands here. So this conflict, they're grieving about this conflict. It did not work out the way they'd imagined. They sabotaged themselves. They do not get a soul tie. And they are weak and diseased. They could be sick, some kind of an illness. We've got diamond in the reverse. And it says you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. They will not be getting a diamond. They're not seen as a diamond. They're not high value. They're not high value. We've got staff in the reverse. Also, you will be taken care of in difficult times. So they're not high value and they will no longer be taken care of by these love contracts. So they've got the strength card in the reverse. They're in their emotion. They don't want to face the truth. They were irresponsible and cursed your union here. Romance is in the air though. They cursed your romance. They cursed your romance. They didn't want you to be together. It could be, yeah, that's pretty sick. All right, so we got the Queen of Cups. Intuitive, nurturing, stable. There is not a long way to go before she gets what she wants. Forgiveness is here, and she's struggling to get over the past, but dreaming about the future. Take care. Enemies are working against you. Sure enough. Sure enough, you got some bats there. But we got handshake in the reverse. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So there's no handshake. So this says take care. Enemies are working against you and you're not making any agreements. There's no handshake. You know that they're an enemy and you're not going for it. We've got the Chariot here, so there is a forward momentum. You've got a victory over those who did not keep their promises. They broke every one of them, and they play in the shadows, dominating other people. That's here in the environment. Everybody can see it. You've got a victory over this. There's a departure. There could be a departure of those who did not keep their promises and played in the shadows trying to dominate people. We've got the Eye, psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. So they may be coming forward trying to get into your space, but they did not keep their promises. They play in the shadows, dominating others, and use your psychic ability. I keep hearing these ones saying, is she psychic? Is she psychic? Is he psychic? So, you know, they wonder if you're going to sense them in some way. So use your psychic ability. Take care. Enemies are working against you. Don't make any deals. We got an Emperor in reverse, a tyrant, being reckless. They got caught up in some crazy drama there, or they're hoping to get you caught up in some crazy drama. They want to stop your reunion. But you're relaxed, you're at peace here, and we've got grapes in the reverse. It says time to go out and have fun, and it says no. You're relaxed, you're not going anywhere. Maybe they don't want you to go anywhere. They don't want you to get out. They don't want you to, get involved with this Hierophant or whatever. Or maybe God's just saying, you know what, enough is a freaking enough. And there's a victory here for the Hierophant. Things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. There is an understanding of your side of the story and why you are so stressed out. Carrot in the reverse. Opportunity or windfalls. We got carrot in the reverse. You could say that whatever is falling away, there is no more opportunities for those people who made you stressed out. This says Cain in the reverse. Pay attention to your health. So Cain in the reverse. You're not sick. You're not going to be sick. You're not going to get sick. So there was too much concern with sexual matters here, and there is a change for the better. We got November. Something may have happened in November, or it may be coming up. We've got scales. Keep your life in balance. And then we've got clouds in the reverse. Temporary problems are not temporary problems. It could be something else. You have an emotionally secure, loving family. It's important to you. But you know what? These ones here, it's got lion in the reverse. And so they, again, this says time to act. Like there's, and then we've also got torch in the reverse. So those that don't have any light in them, they don't have any courage, with the strength reversed and that also. And it could very well be that they're trying to offload this darkness onto you and have you wear it so that you can take on this curse. So because romance is in the air, see, they don't want you to have it. So you really got to pay attention to what's going on in your mental body right now, and know that these ones are trying to push it off onto you. Don't agree to it. Don't accept this, okay? You've got somebody pushing in on you, Queen of Cups, with their crap, with their illusionary crap, right? So don't own the thoughts, although it's really, really easy to run away with it for a little while before you realize what's going on. It's very, very intense. We've got crown, honor, and respect coming to you. Crown. So this person doesn't have any love in them. They're having anxiety. They're getting what they gave, reciprocity. Their strategy did not work. They were not able to cause you ill health or depression. And instead, you've got honor and respect. So yeah, they were trying to cause somebody wearing a crown ill health and depression, and the Hierophant is right here, and he's like, hey, what's going on there, little buddy? And we've got the Knight of Swords, so they're thinking fast. They're like, hey, I got all this is, but what they built is falling apart because they built it on the love that they betrayed, and on other people's destinies. So now they've got a destiny where they got to go and live and learn. They got to go in for training. They have a major challenge to overcome, a mountain of it. They could be thinking about the good fortune that you have here. So they're challenged by your good fortune and the fact that now they were not able to make you sick or cause you depression because you got this crown on you, honor and respect, and your good luck and great fortune. And so now they got to overcome this mountain. We've got a theft and abusive relationships. They were using love as an escape route. They're guilty of messing around with this eternal love, and they're going to reap what they have sown here. We've got the moon, changes in your life, and the moon is in the reverse. The moon in the reverse is, it could be darkness, some insecurity. It could be that whatever they were trying to hide has been revealed, and they're going to get karma for it. In the recent past, we've got moon in the upright, anxiety, and they feel like they're in this alone. They were unsatisfied. They were going for your adventure, and the wish will not be granted. Seek out information that will help you. Yep. We got a vine here. They were trying to wrap themselves around your destiny, your tree. They wanted your adventure. They're not getting the wish. We've got petty conflict here. They're grieving. It didn't work out the way they planned. They sabotaged themselves. They didn't get a soul tie, or they've been cut out of a soul tie. And now they're diseased, they're sick, and they're not a diamond. They're not seen as high quality, and they're not going to be supported. We've got the staff in the reverse. So they won't get any support in difficult times. They're going to have to do it sick. And we've got problems to be resolved. These problems aren't being resolved. This is a problem for them, and they're going to have to do it alone. They don't have any strength here or courage. The strength card is in the reverse. And we've got facing it. They don't want to face the truth about their lack of responsibility regarding family units. They tried to curse your love. Or maybe they are cursing your love. Or maybe they have cursed themselves because they hate this. The word on this card is hate. Hate. They hate being responsible with family. They don't want to face the truth. They thought that they could just go out and curse love left and right, and that they would be able to build themselves an empire on broken hearts and shattered souls. Lightning in the reverse, control your anger or you'll be sorry. They're not able to control their anger, or maybe anger is not being controlled. They have, they're in fear. They have no courage. We've got lobster in the reverse. It says financial pinch. We've got romance in the air and then lobster in the reverse. So it could be that romance is in the air and they could not affect your romance and they could not affect your finances. What they did was effectively curse themselves, and they're very, very angry about it. They don't want to face the truth of it. They could be, like I said, really trying to push this mental anguish that they're feeling off on you. They're really trying to push it off on you. See all those little thoughts there? Those aren't yours. This is mind f-ery. And these ones who are into this fighting and there's no love in them, they're pushing it off on others. Queen of Cups has a very short road to go before she finds what she wants. We've got forgiveness here, struggling to get over the past. She could be thinking about the future, or somebody is trying to cause an illusion. We've got a bat here. Take care. Enemies are working against you in the mental body. In the mental body. And there's no handshake. You're not going to accept these thoughts as your own. You understand that this is mental f-ery, and you're not going to agree to these thoughts that are going through your head. There is forward movement here for those that did not keep their promises. They broke every single one of them. In the shadows, they've got this domination thing. So, and it's this psychic ability, right? So they're using their psychic ability on you, and they're trying to get you to agree to the illusion that they're casting in your mind. All right? They know that you are still struggling to get over the pain that they've caused you in the past. And so they're trying to cast illusions here with their psychic ability to dominate your mind from the shadow. Yeah. Okay, so they're moving forward with this scenario. There is a hope, I guess, that the Emperor reverse, a dominator tyrant, got caught up in some crazy drama, and there's no peace. How far are you willing to go? They don't want you to be reunited here with this Hierophant. So they want you to stay inside. They want you to stay inside and mind your own damn business and don't go out and have any fun at all. Okay, that's their intention. They want to drive your mind, and they want you to be uninterested in going out and accidentally bumping into this person that you are going to be reunited with. See, that's their intention. That's their hope, is that they can stop that by causing you crap in your mental body. But we do have a victory here for the Hierophant. Everything you no longer need is falling away to make room for the love you deserve. There's an understanding of your side of the story and why your mental body is so stressed out. You've got somebody here doing psychic f-ery with your mind. And we've got opportunity for a windfall in the reverse. They're not going to get nothing. We've got Cain in the reverse. They're not able to make you sick. And we've got Kite in the reverse. There's no vacation for these ones who've been stressing you out. They're not going to get your destiny. We've got Ant, work, achievement, and success. We've got a fair-haired man here, and we've got Cobweb. protected from negative forces beyond your control, but it came out in the reverse. Whoever's moving against this Hierophant and their eternal love, they're not protected. They are not protected. We got cracked cup. Yep, dissatisfaction with life. Yeah, well, you're going to get satisfied now. You're going to get everything that you gave to everybody else. And we've got July here. So it could be coming on by July. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. By July, they're going to need help. But you know what? It could be beginning right now. We got Jug in the reverse. Lighthearted, carefree time. So they're not having any fun right now. And we've got Wall in the reverse. There is an understanding of what's going on, and they don't have any walls, like there's no protection. They're not getting any compliments from a stubborn, aggressive person. So somebody's not happy with the way that went. Their purse is empty. They didn't get what they were expecting in January. And we've got Dog in the reverse too. They don't have any protection. Again, they have no protection. All right. And we're at 41 minutes. Let me pull one of these big cards here and we'll see what we got. It's really no fun when you got people out there pushing their negative thoughts out on others, and it's just really difficult to wrap your mind around that. You know, put your feet in the dirt, go sit by a tree, let it come out of you, because the energy is really, really intense. You can feel it throughout the whole body. It's very disruptive. It's got you rejecting everything and everyone and believing that, you know, love equals pain, because it always has. And the reason why this thought is going in here is because they're trying to curse the romance that is in the air in order to heal their finances. They don't want you going out. They don't want you seeing anybody as a potential for you. But this is the Hierophants. Yeah, they're whatever they were doing under the moon, it could be backfiring actually, because the moon is in the reverse. So whatever moon magic they were doing to try to curse this eternal love, it's karma. They're going to reap what they have sown, because they came after somebody of high honor with a crown. This is the Hierophant's wife. Yeah, they're gonna get effed up, is what they're gonna get. Bad. They're gonna get messed up bad. Joy. They came after somebody's joy. This person here, who is high honor, wearing a crown. All right, they could not make this person sick. Their strategy failed. They're in so much trouble. They're rushing forward to defend their beliefs, trying to think fast. Everything they built is crumbling. They got a destiny ahead of them where they're going to learn a lot of freaking lessons. They're challenged by your good fortune, and they got a whole freaking mountain that they're going to have to climb. Whole freaking mountain. Because you just went through the most grueling challenge ever. According to the Hebrew tree or whatever, I think it's the 22, the life path 22 or whatever that is. I don't know what that's called, but that's what you just did. That's what you just did. So now, if these ones want your prize, they're going to have to go do it, is what they're going to have to do. Drive. Yeah, they were trying to drive your blessings. They wanted your blessings. But you stayed relaxed, and they didn't get your splendor. See, it's really important that you don't take this mental f-ery that they're sending your way and wrap your freaking agreement around it. Don't accept it as your own thought. See it for what it is. It's an intrusion, and it's a very, very powerful intrusion. It oftentimes, because it will hit your emotional body and your mental body, especially if you've been betrayed and hurt many times in the past, and love to you has become, untrustworthy pain. All except for the love that you give yourself. They will trigger that. They will poke, freaking poke. And if you wrap it up with your emotion and really rotate it around in your mental body and let it build up steam from all of that energy that's moving through you, and then you go off on somebody, I mean, it can really tear something up, and since we're psychic anyway, it's probably tearing people up anyway, just to have to listen to that crap. So that's why I'm kind of talking in monotone, because this is the moment like that. Anyway, because you stayed relaxed while they were attempting to drive you for your blessings, they did not affect your splendor. They could not affect it. You're just sitting there. You're just sitting there. They can't wear your splendor because they could not get you to wrap up and own the mental bullshit that they were trying to put on you. So it's abuse, right? And theft. They are using love as an emotional escape, and they were found guilty of causing pain to an eternal love union. Their moon magic backfired, and they will be reaping what they have sown. Yeah, because this is eternal love with a childlike expression. Sweet eternal love. And they cursed it. They're out here cursing it. But you've got courage here. You've got a lot of courage, or they're going to have to learn courage. Or maybe they're thinking about your courage. They're like, oh my gosh. They wanted your adventure. They wrapped themselves around your destiny like that little vine, a little snake or whatever, man. They're having anxiety because they feel like maybe you are alone. I mean, maybe they wanted to cause you fear while you were alone so that they could steal your adventure. But the wish is not going to be granted. Not going to be granted. It's not achieved. They did not get their achievement, which was robbing you of your future. So we've got the Five of Wands. They're grieving. It didn't work out like they had planned. They're not a diamond. They're not high value. They couldn't take yours. They couldn't take you out. They're not going to be supported in the future. They're not going to be able to resolve these issues. There's no soul tie here. They're sick about it. They sabotage themselves. They're trying to destiny swap by swapping mental attitudes, okay? If they can drive you with this shadowy dominator psychic ability into, breaking a promise with your kingdom spouse, then their intention is to keep you from reuniting with love, with the true love. They want you in this mental prison. So if you find yourself thinking negatively, feeling bad, if you can, get your feet in the soil, go sit by a tree, put your hands in water, drink a lot of water, breathe, go for a drive, listen to some music. Spin it in your mind for a while and realize that those thoughts don't actually belong to you. And not everybody is a hoe bag, cheater, stealer, betrayer of love, okay? They're sitting here trying to curse you, though. They have no courage. They have no strength. They don't want to face the truth. And they want to curse you. They hate responsible families. They're not able to control their anger. They're throwing out curses. They want a catastrophe for the romance that's in the air for you so that they can heal their finances. Look, perseverance. You persevered through this. Very steadfastly. You were steadfast and you persevere. So, and that's what they're going to have to learn. They're just going to have to learn that. They got to go climb that mountain. They got a whole bunch of karma they got to reap. Reflection. Yeah, reflection. So this is a mimicker. This is somebody who pretends that they are love when they're not. They have no courage. They have no strength. Yeah, so they pretend like they're caring and stuff, but they're not. It's just a reflection. Queen of Cups, she's going to get what she wants very soon. Forgiveness, she's still struggling to get over the past, and she's got an enemy here working against her in the mind. So we've got handshake. Don't agree to the negative thoughts that are flowing in your mind right now. It's just not, it doesn't belong to you. And you've got somebody here trying to curse you. Yeah, they want you to embrace this. See, this enemy here wants you to embrace the daydream. This weird, negative, hurtful energy of betrayal. And, that love equals pain. They want you to embrace that. And so don't agree to it. It's a trap. It's magic. So yeah, see, you got a victory over it, but this person is in the chariot and they're moving forward. They did not keep any of the promises. They want you. See, they know you're going on a journey real soon. They know you've got a victory. But they want you to remember the broken promises and the betrayal. Okay? They're here right now, dominating from the shadows. They're in the shadows right now, and they're trying to dominate you with this psychic stuff. Okay? Because they really want to keep you apart from this Hierophant. Or they really want to keep this Hierophant away from this Queen of Cups who's about ready to get in this darn chariot. You're leaving this person, but they really want to swap mental attitudes with you, which will, have you be seen as angry. But the Hierophant sees, who could be the Most High God, be love, be love, be peace, be this, be that. But when you're getting cursed, when you're having this dominator throw the psychic crap into your mental body to drive your mind into this chaos, this Hierophant knows there's an understanding of what's been happening to you and what's been happening to you. And what you no longer need is going to be falling away. Because these people, they don't want you to get out. They want you to stay home and read a book. They're like, don't expose yourself to the world, because they know that you're about ready to meet somebody. And they want you in the house. They want your mind to reject the idea of meeting somebody and falling in love. Concentration. Concentrate on her. Concentrate on her. We must have a personal transformation. So yeah, they're here in the shadows concentrating on you right now. And they want to transform your mental body into their perspective. This is an Emperor reversed. Very reckless dominator tyrant. They are a jerk, man. And they're bringing you a crazy drama. They want you in this rabbit hole. They don't want you to reunite with your sweetheart. They want you to stay at home and just stay in solitude. They don't want you to get out and meet anybody or go have fun doing anything. Acceptance. They just want you to accept, solitude. But there is a victory here for the Hierophant. There's public recognition for the Hierophant. Or maybe, yeah, and everything that no longer serves you is falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. There's an understanding of the mental magic that has been done to you. There's no carrots being dangled in front of your face. They can't make you sick. And somebody can't fly a kite anymore, or somebody's not. Yeah, you've got divine support and protection. There's an understanding of the mental, what's going on in your head right now. The Hierophant, or the Most High, sees that what's happening to you with this dominating bullcrap in the shadows here, this psychic stuff. So again, you got an enemy here trying to mess with your mind. Okay, you got some negative thoughts going through your mind. This is an enemy messing with your mind. Don't agree to whatever mental flow is happening now, especially if it's negative. Okay, especially if it's all about old wounds around love or infidelity or betrayal. Don't accept that stuff as your own. Work through it as quickly as you can. And once you recognize that you're having a negative stream of talk, you got to go sit against a tree and say, pull this out of me, please. And it will, okay? It will. I had to do that this afternoon. I had to go sit by the water. If you can't have any of those things, put your hands under the water, or get in a bath or something. Because this mental magic is very difficult, especially when it hits you in the heart chakra. It makes it very hard. So, revelation. Remember your capacity for love. Get back in this space as soon as you can. Make the decision to have a beautiful new beginning here. It's not going to be a repeat unless you agree to it. Okay? Use your inner knowing, your intuition. Be candid with yourself about your triggers and your wounds and the things, those sore spots internally, or emotionally that need attention, so that you can smooth that out, so that these dominators in the shadows can't trigger you like that and run your mental body like their own personal freaking Cadillac, okay? You've got to cultivate your mind. You've got to work it and recognize that there is a challenge here with mental magic, and they're trying to swap destinies with you by swapping mental states. Okay, you are promised the future. You are a promise for the future. You belong there. Because you are harmony. Remember that. Work it out. Breathe into it. You could chant Om. Like I did that for 30 minutes the other night. And then you can chant some other things. Beautiful chorus. Has some pretty good mantras out there. You can do the singing bowl. The vibration of the singing bowl, the vibration of chanting, it will, or repeating mantras, the vibration of that will break up that energy. Be determined. This is your house, your mental body, your house of flesh, your energy. Understand that somebody is magically giving you messed up mental stuff and wanting you to agree with it and accept it, okay? You're still struggling to get over the past. There's still some forgiveness that needs to happen. Some things need to be let go. Some wounds need to be licked or cleaned or healed, right? You still got these painful points, but you're empowered. You're empowered because you know that these thoughts that are flowing in your mind are not yours. The triggers, the wounds that they are poking at are yours, and the responsibility of mending that or healing that or bringing it to balance and harmony is yours. Okay, focus on your delight, on the things that make you happy, your joy, the things that sustain you, good foods. Get your vibration up there. Okay, generosity, share with others, be generous to yourself, give yourself what you need. Okay, you have this beautiful, innocent, and pure energy, and they want to trap it real bad. And they want to trap it by making you militant or rejecting love or anybody and seeing everybody as these brutalizers. This Emperor reverse wants you to see every potential that comes to you as an attack, because they want to trap your innocent energy. So focus instead on healing. Bring insight to your triggers and your internal wounds emotionally. And don't claim every negative stream of thought in your mental body, because it doesn't belong to you. It's only there in order to trigger the wound. Because if it can trigger the wound, then you'll wrap it up in your energy and you will claim it as your own. Don't do that, okay? Have a positive outlook. Keep your mind positive. You are whole and you're enlightened. You know what's going on. You're not a dummy. You know they're trying to drive you. Okay? Because you've been open about your spiritual quest. And the strength that you have is obvious. They don't want you to be seen or heard. They want you to be seen as this lunatic that's got all these issues going on. It's an energetic movement. Perhaps dancing or something might help. Get your priorities straight. Remember your blessings. Remember receiving them and granting them. Your prayers are blessings. Make a list of gratitude. Sometimes it starts out with, you have hair and you can see. Maybe your taste buds work, and you're able to enjoy your food, little things. Surrender to the process of becoming and of knowing about these shadowy intrusions and infiltrations of the energy and of the emotional body and of the mind. Surrender to it and, seek guidance from, higher source. Pray. Ask for help. What do you need to do to get that light shining? What do you need to do to just turn it on and burn out all of these negative, dense, dark thoughts that don't belong to you? Make it a spiritual practice. Cleanse the energy of your home. Cleanse the energy, and your home is your house of flesh and your house of wood. Okay? Fulfillment. Learn as much as you can, about as much as you can. Gain an understanding of yourself. You know these negative thoughts don't belong to you. You know that it's just a stream of negativity coming in from this dominator tyrant in these shadows with their psychic ability to try to throw you off balance and get you to agree to this horrendous plot they're trying to scheme in your subconscious. Clear your energy. Do whatever it takes. Use the elements of fire, the elements of wind, the elements of water, the element of earth, or all of them, and you will be prosperous. You are prosperous. And that's why they're messing with your mind right now, because you have everything that they need. And they want desperately to stop you from moving into this new chapter of love. Of eternal love, with a childlike expression, beautiful, innocent, pure love. These ones want to damage your innocent, childlike expression. They want you to get angry. They want you to fight internally. They want you to reject everybody and everything. Why? Because romance is in the air, and they're doing their very best to curse it because they hate this. They don't want you to be able to control your anger, okay? They want you to be so upset that this isn't happening, and they want you to think that it's never, ever, ever going to happen, and they want you to get angry about it. So you, myself, and others are right now at this time getting cursed heavily by this. But whatever they did under the moon, it's backfiring, and they will suffer the consequences. As long as you don't agree to the program that they're pumping into your mental body right now. Don't embrace it. Don't agree to it. It's not yours, okay? You're very, very close to getting what you need. You've got to release. You've got to forgive. Everything that's still hurting your heart, all the betrayals, cry about it. Get in the bathtub, get in the shower, cry about it. Let it go. Give it to the Most High. Because He needs to know. He needs to have an understanding. Why is your mind like this? What do you got going on? And talk it out. Tell Him about it. So that He can see that this isn't you. That it is instead this. Okay? Talk about it. Pray about it. Release it. Forgiveness is release. You've got to face it. You've got to acknowledge it. You've got to accept the fact that you still have wounds that need attention, and you need to let God know, or whoever you consider that to be, what is going on, so that He has an understanding, so that He can make the things that you no longer need get out of the way, so that you can make room for the love that you deserve. Talk about it. Pray about it. You've got divine support and protection here. With that, I hope that this helps in some way, and I will see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.